And TMS, of course, first in the morning with entertainment. And as we mentioned off the top of the show, tributes pouring in for Ozzy Osbourne this morning, who passed away, Morgan, yesterday at the age of 76.
That's right. We'd mentioned he just completed a farewell tour a few weeks ago. His band, Black Sabbath, posted this: "There won't be another like him." We're also hearing from Elton John, who collaborated with Ozzy back in 2020, and he wrote this: "Huge trailblazer who secured his place in the pantheon of rock gods and one of the funniest people I've ever met."
Alan Cross is the host of the ongoing History of New Music, heard across Canada on the Chorus Radio Network. And Alan joins us now for more on the life of the man known as the Prince of Darkness. And Alan, I know you interviewed Ozzy over the years. Tell us, what was he like?
Well, there were two Ozzies in my experience. Before the interview started and after the interview ended, there was John. But then when the cameras went on, the microphone was turned on, Ozzy, he became Ozzy, which was everything that you wanted Ozzy to be. This funny, there, look at this. I'll tell you what happened with this particular picture. We had just finished an interview and he said, "Would you like a picture with me?" I said, "Absolutely." So as soon as, and he was John at that point, he was a very, normal sort of human being. Yeah. And the moment the photographer raised the camera and took the picture, Ozzy did that. And he became Ozzy for the picture. And as soon as the camera was lowered, he went back to being John. A gentleman, he was so good with fans. I have nothing but great things to say about him. Ozzy had a tremendous sense of humor. He was very gentle to everybody except himself. Now, there were a couple of occasions where that wasn't the case, but for the most part, he was a really good dude. And you talk to anybody, he got an audience with the Queen. So he's gonna. This death has affected me more, or as much as when Bowie died, when Prince died, and when Joey Ramone died. This is a big, big loss to the world of music. We are a lot less metal than we were 24 hours ago.
Well, we talk about him being a music pioneer, but that good guy persona definitely came across in his television show, The Osbournes, when it was on MTV. I mean, this really was one of the first reality TV shows. What would you say is Ozzy's legacy when it comes to TV?
Well, again, a pioneer in the whole business of reality TV, whether that's good or bad. Now, you have to understand why they did this in the first place. Ozzy had a bit of a fallow period in the 1990s. He came back strong with the Ozzfest festival when he was rejected for a slot on Lollapalooza. And Sharon, his wife and his manager, realized that we needed a way to take Ozzy to the next level for the next generation. And based on Ozzfest, she worked on a deal with MTV to do this, bring the cameras into the home kind of situation. And it turned Ozzy into this lovable grandfather who shuffled around the house, yelled at the dog, lost the cat, and ate a lot of burritos. And he was just fun. It gave Ozzy a new level of humanity. Remember in the 80s, this guy was, public enemy #1 for the satanic panic people. They were sure that his music was resulting in suicides all over the world. But it turned out that he wasn't that way at all. He was this bumbling sort of sitcom dad, and that just endeared him to so many people, and it extended the life of his career by at least a quarter century.
Oh, without a doubt. And then you think about how that paved the way for the likes of Gene Simmons.
Oh, yeah, I love that show.
And you mentioned Morgan the Kardashians as well a little
100%.
Later on. So
yeah, we're not going to hold the Kardashians against Ozzy. I will not have that besmirch his memory.
Okay. Alan Cross for us this morning. Alan, appreciate the time, and thank you for helping us remember the great Ozzy Osbourne.
You bet.
Appreciate it. All right. Yesterday on the show, we had Julia Bowen and Adam Sandler on with us to chat about the sequel to Happy Gilmore. Now, I also actually had the chance to sit down with Benny Safdie and Chris McDonald, who is better known, of course, yes, to Happy Gilmore fans as Shooter McGavin. Take a look. What was it like putting on, I was going to say shoes, but I guess the spikes of Shooter McGavin?
Slipped right in, baby. It was all good. Shooter's wear. I had them saved. I had a spotlight on them. I went, no. I've got so much love for playing this character and there have been so many people that have loved Shooter, the character Shooter. I got so much swag. I got to tell you, I got shoes that had my on the side. It's like, what? Gloves and hats and shirts, and then, of course, the pieces of also comes out. So, it's quid pro quo there. But at the same time, it's been a blast. It was a blessing to hear that it was finally happening because I've been really trying.
All right, I do not know how Chris McDonald golfs in his own life, in real life, right? Because he is Shooter McGavin.
Yeah.
And anytime somebody makes a great shot, of course, on the golf course, now it's like, Way to go, shoot him again.
Is that a thing?
Nice shot. That's a
Okay,
thing.
cool. I didn't know that.
All right, Happy Gilmore 2 hits Netflix coming up this Friday.